Okay, so in this lesson we're just going to learn to group and compound shape vectors and add some color to them. So this is the beginning of how to make our labels and our logos. So you need to get up the group vector and compound shape sheet, and then we're just going to zoom in over here, and we're going to make this ungroup vector here. So one of our shapes from the previous lesson, we're just going to drag them in by one. So the first one's this diamond here, so we're just going to get Ctrl C, bring it over, Ctrl V, and put that into place. Grab your square, make a copy of it, drag that one into place there. So all you're doing when you're dragging them into place is clicking on your original object, pressing Ctrl C, clicking off it, and then just pressing Ctrl V. So copy and paste, just like any other computer program. Go down to your circle, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, put that one in there. So now these are all together. As you can see, they're on top of one another. So there's layers, and this is all on the same layer on each other. So if you want this back square here to come back up to the top, you simply right click, select the image first, select your shape, sorry, right click on it, arrange, and then you're going to bring to the front, and you can see that's brought that object to the front. You then just move that one to the back again, and we'll send it to the back. So now you've got your object. Now because it's all ungrouped, we can select it by highlighting everything here, and now we can see all the shapes are selected. And then from previous lessons, if you remember our fill and stroke over to the left here, we can click on that and we can start changing the color. So we can make this one all blue with red outlines. And as you can see, if you say want to change our square and our triangle, you just press Shift, select those two objects, go to your fill, and let's change that one to green. So this is just the beginning of how to build a logo. So now we'll move over. That was ungroup vectors, so now we're going to show you how to do group vectors. Okay, so now we want to group the vectors. So simply select these with your selection tool, which is the V, Command C, Command V. Now before you move, you just want to change your tool to the direct selection tool, which is A on your keyboard, and we can select them, and we drag it over to there. Now these are still by themselves, so as you can see, I can just grab one object and drag it over here. Now what we want to do, you want to highlight that, and we want to create an object and go group. So we can either go up to object and press group, or you press Ctrl G just on your keyboard. It's an easier way. Now this is all together now, so you can see as I move it, one object, they're all going to move together. Now this is handy when you're making a bigger object. You can group things together and move them around a lot quicker. Say you do want to change the color of the one circle, you can still do that. So you double click on your object and you simply just change that. Let's change that to pink, and then we have still made that one object. Now you can ungroup them at any stage, doing the same as we've done before. You can highlight them all, and again you've got your fill and your stroke, so we can make that all blue, and we can make that a bit thicker as well. So there you go. So now we're just going to select this one here. We're going to make another copy of it. A as your direct action tool, and we just want to drag that down there. And now here we want to highlight this. We go over to our fill and stroke, and we'll just go back to the default there. So now we've got our compound vectors. Okay, so now we've got our compound shape vector, but it's still all together. So I just want you to highlight that and we're going to go to Window. We're going to go down to Pathfinder, and we're going to go Shape Modes. We want to unite it, so that's to make it all one shape. So now we've got that one shape there. You can make a copy of that, drag that over to there, and I just want you to have a play around with the different colors, see what you can do, add the transparency, and then after that I want you to grab the first shape that we made and make a copy and just bring it down. So now we're going to merge these objects. So we're going to go over to our shape builder tool, which is also can be Shift M. We're going to, firstly you're going to highlight your shapes over to there, and we're just going to drag that down. That's going to become one shape. If you wanted to make that circle one shape, you've just got to click in there, and then you press V to select off it, and you can see that now that's become a shape, and that's become an individual shape as well. Now what we want to do next is highlight this one, make a copy, we're going to bring that down over here. Now with our vector shape we want to then come across to our circle, Shift, our star and our polygon, select all three using Shift, copy, and we'll go back across and we'll paste them there. Now with our pressing Shift we'll scale them down to a very small size. Okay, now when we've made them into that small size, just highlight them. We're going to go to our fill and we're going to make them black. Select off, grab one at a time and put them out there like so. Now yours might be not showing up, so that's when you need to go arrange and you need to take the bigger object and bring that to the back. So you can see that that's done the opposite there. So now we need to bring that arrange and just bring that forward. We need to select that object first. What we're going to do then now is arrange and send that to the back. Now with your object you're going to have to go and highlight it all and group it. So that was object and group. I've already grouped mine, or you can just press Ctrl G. Now we want to get a copy of that, so we'll highlight that one, Command and V, and we'll take that one down and put that there. Now what we want to do is cut these out. So you're going to have to highlight them with Shift, and then you go Window, and again like we used the Pathfinder tool before, but this time you're going to go Exclude, and that's going to turn those hollow and that into the black object. So now with your shape we can choose different colors and fills, so you can select that again and you can put in that orange as well. You can also bring that across, make a copy and Ctrl V, bring that down to there, and again like we were doing earlier you can go across to your stroke and fill and you can play around with that, so you can swap that back, go up there and change it to your gradient. You can change your stroke, swap that, you can put that to empty and leave it like that. So now as you can see there's lots of different ways that you can play around with shapes, merge them and unmerge them, put shapes into different things and add colours.